This is Chiokalu Kelechi Kalu, and today, the 19th of April, we are currently at Ndebube, Umuebube, Ndelu, Ugweke. And we have a very big farmer, and he is actually very, very skilled in this palm business. This is his plantation, actually, and he's going to tell us about it. So, sir, please, what is your name?
I'm Mr. Christopher Gele.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
I'm Mr. Peter Sinokereke.
Okay, so he's the son of Mr. Christopher. Ba. So both of them are going to tell us about running this plantation. So first, sir, the first question I want to ask: what year? Can you remember when you started this plantation?
Actually, I started this thing in the year 2008. The first stands that you know that they each other the other one are small, well, the other one are big. The one before I started this is 2008. This first one being in line, while the smaller one, you know, because of the finance, had it been that I'm more by then, I could have been planted all of them at the same year, the same time. So I planted this one year 2008, some year 2010, some year 2013. You know, while you're going inside, some 2017.
Yes.
It doesn't go.
It doesn't have a particular year.
Actually,
okay.
That is goes.
Yes. Okay, let me ask you, what encouraged you to decide to do palm plantation? What made you do it?
Okay, since I was born, I've been finding out those people are making maybe yams or cassava just for a while. After you might leave it, nobody can indicate this is a place where you have done something before. But in palm plantation, in fact, it's only God knows. Some palm plantation lasted about 100 and some fraction years. And as of now, in ages ago, none of them, our people don't regard anything concerning palm plantation. But as of now, you know, this digital life, people have been finding out this is cocaine, you know, cash crop. If you planted it, you know that you have been standing and you will have a hope. Is to eat it through even your children will inherit it.
Okay, now this land, because you cannot do a plantation without getting land.
Yes.
Abi,
yes.
There is no plantation without land.
Yes.
Now, this land, since you are from here, we want to believe that you probably inherited it, or you bought it. You might have bought some, you might have inherited some. One, can you tell us how you got about it? Two, how the nutrients is it good for palm?
Okay, in Ugweke as a whole, you don't need fertilizer. God has blessed Ugweke, all round of Ugweke. You know, you have a clear soil, while other people have a sandy soil. It doesn't grow palm trees. It's like potassium. But all the land for Ugweke, you don't need anything like fertilizer. You know, anything you plant, it will go very well, both yam and otherwise.
Okay. Do you have an idea of the estimate of the size of this land? How big is this land? What's the estimate?
The land, as I earlier told you, is too vast. It's too vast. You know, this is a communion land. Okay. We have it in general. Okay. In ages, this is my personal palm tree. Nobody, I don't connect with anybody. This is my own. During the time I was being in secondary school, I trained myself in secondary school. Around 1978, I've been planting cassava here at school at Ibre Secondary School.
Really?
Cassava is my master. So by that time, I've been suffering. I went to Aba. I went to Chad. Things falling apart. I came back to Ugweke here, November 27, 1993. One of my men said that I should start planting all these things. Because of that finance, I started planting this thing, making it small. This is 12 years I came back to work. I've been finding out, in time to come, I will laugh.
Okay. Now, when you started this palm plantation, how did you get your seedling? Like the small ones or the nursery? How do you do it?
I'm much glad as that question has been asking me. During the time I came, there's one man called Eze Ikwunna. It's a Royal Highness. Many people knows him very well. I went to his premises, his palace, after the secondary school. I gathered the, palm fruits. I gathered it as much as I find some this broken plate. I used to nursery it. After some years, now a year after, it just bring the plumage. By then, I asked one Dr. Tito Kreke, he's a lecturer at the University of Uturu. He said that the price you gave me, I can't be able to pay it. God gave me wisdom. When the market, this market day, I went there. This is pure water, the empty one. I used to pick it. After sometimes, I use scissors and open it. And after the palm fruit have been, germinate, I just make it transplanting, small. The first one is 410 that I make. It just grow. I transfer it with that pure water. It is only 5 died. I planted it. All of them just grow as we expecting it. So sometimes I go to the other side. When we go to the farm, I will just find the fruit. When I put it from my mouth, I took my teeth, just be like as if I'm chopping akara. My teeth will just enter there. I say, this is a very nice palm tree. I used to do it as I told you for the other one. Just small. Sometimes I go to Aba. Go to Uku. All those Ibere people who used to, build house next to the go to Uku, school road. I will ask them, sir, can I ask you should go? You go and take it. When I take it. When I took it, I went to see Casey. This Okpokoro, this bottle, milk, the empty one. I used to buy it for 5 naira from CKC. And used to put it for the motor there, just bring it to Ugweke. I used to do it small. Because if you plant this thing, if you don't cover it, you are just doing nothing. This is disruptive element called Nchi. It won't allow you to stay here. Grasshopper. No. Nchi, it's a disruptive element. I used to cover it little by little. I employ some people, to come and help me. When they are helping me, we used to do it gradually. And my wife is a very good woman. It use this kit. If to say it not be God's will, her backbone could have been broke. You carry it and spread. If you know that this is a chemical they used to spread this thing, we do it small, little by little. I saw that God is with me. That it be like this.
Okay, now you have told us about how you started it.
Yeah.
Now, the spacing, I can see this is, you did not just plant it together. The space is wide. Yes. Because from here to here is wide, from there to there is wide. Can you tell us the spacing?
Yes, it's 29 feet in long, while the width is 25. Without doing it, you can't get what you want in this palm tree.
Okay.
You don't want palm tree, the leaves can, cover each other. It won't do well. Why you give a chance? It needs sun, rain, and air.
And the mineral resources.
And the resources.
And the potassium and every element that will help this palm tree to work. As far as they are touching each other, it will not, because they will be sharing the same potassium.
Yes.
Understand? So that is one of the reasons why we space it. Understand? So that is it.
To make very well.
To make it yield more palm fruit.
Okay. So, you mentioned something again about when you were planting this thing. You understand? So you mentioned about the chemical, the Nchi. That is the grass cutter that was affecting it. Yes. How did you prevent it from eating the whole thing? What did you do?
Okay, very nice. As earlier told you, that new zinc, aluminum, if you use it, you don't make rice for them. They will just pieces it. They can't chop it and swallow it. But this former zinc, swam, star, if you use it, when the grasshopper make it, to make noise, just went away. That is why I used to buy, I will go to the CKC and buy some, maybe 2 bundles, 3 bundles, those scrap ones. I come cut it, use it to do piam. It will not do anything. To grow, before you grow, you will remove it so that that fruit will do very well. If you don't leave it, if you leave it, it will lack potassium. You can't get anything.
Okay. Now, you also mentioned that it's not just about planting it. Yeah. Taking care of it when they're still small till they'll become big is also a very important thing. Can you walk us through the protective measures you took while you were taking care of this? And remember, by that time, small and grass will grow. Yes. How did you do it?
And we really thank God that whether Uyibo people or whatever, they bring chemical. This we used to, clear the grasses. Because If you use maybe call people, if you employ people because of the finance, all this thing will just be an event. So I use that a chemical to spread it, do it one after the other. If you look at how the ground be, just be like a village because of the chemical and to prune it, because it's only government or maybe people will know what they put inside this thing. So that is why it just be like this. In ancient time, nobody can plant this thing because of the grass. You can't be able to clear it because of the chemical that make us to help our farm, even for today, even in time to come. That is why it just be like this. I used to take my own power and also add this chemical to spread everywhere.
Okay. Now, you, as this thing is now, if someone wants to go into owning a palm plantation or starting a palm plantation, you are already experienced in it. The person is going to encounter some problems. What are the problems the person might face, and what are the solutions for it?
Okay. First of all, if you want to plant this thing, not only to plant it is a fact. You must be very strong and wise, have intensive memory. If you don't have it, you are doing an event. While planting it, you would like to come there often and often. And if you don't have any old zinc, you carry bamboo pieces it and cover it without the animal would just not to destroy it. You will come day by day, and sometimes whenever you come, you see some animals have removed it. You replace it immediately. Why you didn't replace it? You are doing nothing. You must come it just day by day, day by day. You will forget all about farming. Without that, you are doing nothing on it.
Okay. Now, sometimes people normally complain that one of the challenges they have in running a palm plantation is labor. Only you cannot do everything in this farm.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that issue and how did you solve it?
Actually, God is great. One prominent person give me a contract. When God say yes, nobody can say no. No human being. He give me a contract of zinc that I should bring zinc. And the man is also planting a heavy this thing. When you are doing business, you will get, the other person will get. And God ordained this area that it should be my own. When I give him his own, the little benefit, I use it and buy scrap zinc and continue doing it so that to protect all these things. So that is why God already make it that this area that it will be my own. I will make sure that I will find something to cover all these things without being in a van.
Okay, so the laborer itself, how do you normally get laborer in this town? How do people normally get laborer?
It was last year, as I earlier told you, I used about 370,000 to clear it. When our people were charging 3,000 naira per day, I employed people and myself and this my son. We were all working together. And that chemical also, I used it and protect all these things. Last 2 years, 350-something thousand naira, I used to clear all those things. But as of now, you to pass it. It's only chemical that I will use. I will buy some cartons of this thing in order to make sure that all these things will be in order.
Okay, when these things are due to harvest and you harvest them, how do you lease it out to someone and say, come and harvest and just pay me my money? Or do you harvest it yourself, process it yourself, sell your oil by yourself? What do you do?
Okay. There's one thing that you should understand. As these palm trees be, if you just give it someone, to cut it in a trees, when the person, grind it, to make a loss. Some people used to, say, you pay me 100,000. You are wasting the whole time. But if you cut it by yourself, if you buy palm tree, maybe 200,000, if you use it by your own and grind it and go sell it, you make it 200,000 will be 700,000. I've been verified such. So most of the times, I used to do it by myself. Except this year, the dry season. Last year, rain stopped at first week of October. It makes this palm tree the oil doesn't, do well. We just cut it and sell in a fruit at that oil mill. So that if God render mercy toward us, maybe this year, rain will be normal. We make it and grind it by ourselves. It will get the whole gain on it. God bless this palm tree. It used to do so many things. Even the organic material, some 45 feet from Ghana, it just came to work to load the chaff, go to Ghana.
Wait, I didn't get that. Repeat. What do you say? Who came from? What they come to buy?
Trailer, about 45 feet trailer came to work to buy the the organics, ntarake,
The palm kernel shell.
the shell kernel,
Kernel shell,
and
yes.
and pack it, go to Ghana direct. They have came to work twice.
It is useful, yes, because they are using it to produce some kind things
The
like
best type,
ties.
the best
and
type in
other things.
overseas is from the organic material, palm kernel, the
kernel
organic
shell.
ones.
Palm kernel shell.
Likewise, the bamboo in the whole Europe, the best type is bamboo.
Okay, so if I got you people right, you said that just this year, a 40-feet container has come all the way from Ghana
Yes.
to Ugweke here
Ugweke here.
to buy palm kernel
Palm kernel
shell.
shells,
Yeah,
yeah,
shells.
it is useful, yes,
Ntarake.
yes.
That's Ncherake,
Yes.
that it is that useful that they will come all the way from Ghana to come and buy it from
I
here.
went there.
Okay.
Even it's my brother. Whenever you tell, I can easily direct you to that very person.
And the other people also process the nut in it, because that nut in there is useful. Some people use it to produce something like oil, groundnut oil. They use it to produce something like biscuit. There are some biscuit, those fiber biscuit that they use the palm kernel to produce. So palm kernel is, as in, palm plantation is a very good as in, it's a good pattern of farming, because you will earn from there and your children will also earn from there, and they will inherit that place, because palm tree cannot just die like 1 year, 2 years. As in, like the lifespan of a palm tree is very long. A palm tree can stay up to 400 years, depending the duration and the kind of land they planted it. So that is about that one.
And for what you have been asking my son, there's one of our man. He has all these things, as many as building a factory. He wanted to do granite oil. The factory, he shouldn't produce it. While the red oil, it will soon produce here in Ugweke. I've been doing a very large factory. Very soon it will be, produced.
Okay.
You know, nothing in palm kernel goes for nothing like that.
Even the palm leaf, some people, some
Eh?
local native, even the palm leaf, some local rural communities do use it to build a thatch house. So, which means this palm tree is very good.
And many of our people does not know the actual meaning of this thing. The ogru, the organic ones, it used to do butter in abroad, in overseas. The ogru and akwapa, it used to do butter in abroad.
Okay, I even have a question to ask. Between owning a palm plantation like this and someone opening a palm oil mill, if you are to advise, which one do you tell the person to do?
You mean for this one?
If someone has money and the person wants to decide between buying land and doing palm plantation like your own, or the person will decide to use his money and open palm oil mill where they used to process palm oil, which one do you tell the person to do? Palm plantation or palm oil mill?
It's a very quiet answer. You know, when you see goat and a cow, even though if you're a blind man, they will just take your hand and say, make you touch it. You see goat, you touch goat. I say, which one is more smaller than each? Being a blind man, you say, I say, call this one. Either use your left hand and place for the goat. Use your right hand, play for the cow. You're a blind person. You say, now this one be at the right hand. This is a palm tree, is the first all over universe. Because the Igbo people,
Producing oil by
to build oil, the Malaysia people, they knew that our land is not lacking potassium. They came to Nigeria and took it and go to Malaysia. They find out that their land is not lacking any potassium. They're one of the largest palm produce in the whole world, our own. While in other side, like in North, when you reach Akwanga, whether you put fertilizer, you can't do anything. God blesses our labor, 100%.
Okay. We have talked a lot about this palm plantation. We have talked about a lot about so many opportunities here. So the next thing we are going to do, that you are going to take us, show us a bit about your farm. Okay. While we are going around, you'll be telling us one or two things about each of them.
Let's follow from this road.
Which one do you? Okay, let's follow.
Telling you something.
Okay.
So while we are going, we can still be asking questions and you still be answering us, so that we'll go around the farm. Okay. So, but while we're on the way, I also noticed that in this your land you put cassava.
Yes.
So I say this is intercropping. Can you tell us why you did it and how?
Yes. There your question is very nice. Before I planted any palm trees, I first of all make sure that I have a cassava. I make a cassava about 23,000 hips. 23,000 hips. 1,000 to 23. Before you do it, and maybe it make well, first of all, plant cassava plantation. Without planting cassava plantation, in fact, your expectation will fail you. Understand me?
But when the palm tree grows, no, as in you will not suffer yourself by planting now this
Yes,
cassava because
because
it will affect it.
the
Because
shade,
the shade
the
of the palm
taproot
leaf
will
will
not
not
make it to
allow
lack potassium.
the cassava to do well.
Yeah.
So that is why.
Like all these things, the shade, we are not going to plant any cassava there. But at the initial time, we planted cassava. It will make you to have a space. And also the trees are full here. I use people to cut all those trees so that the air, sun, and the rain will help the palms to grow well.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so that is that.
Okay. So this particular palm that I'm seeing here, do you remember the year you planted these particular ones here?
Yes, all these big ones. In the year 2008,
Okay.
I planted this one. I use it to, so as maybe nobody can trespass on this area. I planted this one to the end. And the other side also, I started to making this small one. So that nobody can trespass on
Okay,
it.
you used it like boundary,
Yes.
round like a fence
Yes.
around your
Yes.
land.
Yes.
Okay,
Nobody
that's
can,
smart.
nobody can,
Trespass and come inside it.
Yes, that is that.
Okay.
Because anything that you are doing without knowledge, that is what people say. Wisdom is a right application of knowledge. Wisdom is a right application.
Okay, while we are still going around the plantation, another question is, when you planted this thing, how long did it stay before you started harvesting it?
Okay. Some palm trees is quite different from each other. Like all these ones, 5 years, I start, harvesting it.
Okay, this one says like after 5 years.
Yes, I start harvesting it.
Okay.
We have three type of palm trees, Tenera and Malaysia. All this is local one. If you train it very well, it will be equivalent to Malaysia. What you need, you don't need trees cover it. There are some local one, the head 15, some 18. Because you are just care for it. There's nothing, maybe Oyibo people, they are used to chemical and do everything. Formerly, Oyibo don't have anything like palm tree. All those things from Africa, mostly in Nigeria.
Okay. Okay, so let me say the ones you planted last, the most recent ones you planted.
I will show you everything. You will see all these heaps of cassava, the one that have been planted before the palm tree grows.
This one, do you remember around when it was planted?
It's about 4 years.
Okay, this one is about 4 years.
About 4 years ago. And they have already caught the palms where he produced.
Okay, it produced palm, it have already harvested.
Yes, I've harvested it.
Okay.
Like all this one, you are seeing. This is 3 years. This I've already planted cassava before I planted the palms. Some of them are making heads, as you see it.
Yes.
That is that. Before I planted anything, I will first of all make cassava plantation.
Okay. That's lovely. Now, we also know that fire is something that is not good for this thing.
Yes.
What do you do about it?
I have to be I will be very careful, during the time of dry season. I used to come here, wait, and find out if there's somebody can be able to. And I will tell our people, because I'm a chief security, all the work as a whole. And we call a town cry. Let them announce so that nobody should put any fire in this our Zaruku Ugweke. No, it's our Zaruku Ugweke Lofu. This is our Zaruku Ugweke. We have it it's a communism. You call laborers. They are just clear it so that no fire can enter it. Every year, I call laborers. Like all this area, that the palm have never, grow enough. That is why my son used to, making all these heaps, and his brother, because I have only 2 men.
Okay.
All these ones I've been seeing, we don't, harvest it several years. And after we might have this one, harvest it. If you cut it, you will yield another one. What it needs, you can see the dry one, the leaves. If you leave it, it will bring the potassium for those this one. You can't make well. Cut it so that no dry No dry leaves can live except fire. Do this thing. You will see all this is very greenish. All these things.
Yes.
Because I used to, trim it so that no one can be able to live with dry leaves. You can't make well.
Okay.
Prune. You can't make well.
Now, why are some of your palms? Why are some of them tall like this? Some are short. Is it that these ones are still growing?
Yes, this one I planted it before these ones. I planted this one. There are some people. There are some one. If you plant it, sometimes animal can destroy it. You replace it immediately. Like trees full all this area. I call people, they cut it so that the shade it will not allow this thing. As you cut it, the palm will get it free to move just gradually and do well. That is that. Like as you see this tree, I will later cut it.
Okay.
So that everywhere will be okay.
Okay, let us keep moving around the plantation. So guys, as you can see, this is a very good plantation that Baba has been doing by himself or by himself with his children. And this is still why I keep saying the benefit of palm tree. Owning a palm plantation is a must for you if you're looking for something to invest in. Everybody must not go and do estate.
Yes.
You might not even have the money to do estate.
That is true.
But this is something that if you set up, you have even set up your own children for life.
That is true.
Because you cannot finish harvesting it.
Yes. And more years, more
Harvest.
more harvest. More years, more harvest. It's not be like a yam or maybe ordinary cassava plantation. There are some years if you're planting yams, you may be getting old. You can't be able to continue on that.
On it.
But this one will stay. The only thing remain with you to clear it.
Yes.
Whenever it needs. If you clear it, you won't lack. You won't lack anything.
Yes.
You will feel happy because harvest is the first thing that God created before any other thing.
So if someone is to ask you, using the right spacing method, how many stands of palm should someone plant inside one plot of land?
And in one plant of, about one plot of land, it needs only 15. If you want it to do well, 15 is okay.
Because of the spacing.
Because
Okay, for it you need only 15 bar?
Yes.
Okay, now another thing is this. Some people, they want to enter this palm plantation, but they're afraid of capital. If they are to ask you, how much should somebody hold in his pocket before he start thinking of having a palm plantation?
Okay, as of now, things changing day by day. If you are tall, if somebody puts sack on top of your hand will reach there. But if you are the sack also be short, the sack be on your maybe shoulder, you will take it. You do as your capital be. If you get 100,000, that 100,000 can reach 8, you make it. It's not a must. But if you want to do somebody will see from 3 to 500,000,
Sometimes you do it by yourself by nurturing it.
Yes.
Sometimes you do it by yourself by nurturing it, buying some waterproof that is light to use it as in to secure to encircle the palm fruit, no, the palm tree from destruction. So that is it.
Okay, if they ask you, what is the amount of land as if somebody is doing this palm plantation, at least it's for commercial, like what's the minimum that when somebody is doing it, you say at least for commercial? Because someone that wants to go into with only 15 stands, you cannot really do much.
Yes.
So someone that wants to say, okay, how much land should I buy? How many plots should I buy to start? What is the minimum you should tell the person to buy?
You can easily make it 30 plots, 40 or 50, so that people will see the little portion on it.
And the second, palm plantation do occur in some rural community. Now, there are some land that are owned by by friends or by family. Understand? So, because of that, the people can give you a lot of land to do palm plantation, because there's a place we call in our village Osaruku Gweke. That place nobody owns it, but if you plant anything on it, you are the owner of the land. So now you will call your relative. They will be aware. They will be the one to tell you go on, because we have many land that are empty. So that is it.
Okay, if someone wants to go into palm plantation and he wants to come to Ugweke to get land and set up a good palm plantation, do you people have the land?
Okay, you know, when Chinua Achebe was alive, he said things have been falling apart. He said the center can no longer. He said it will never be whole any longer. This is digital life we are. As of now, you know, population are growing day by day. So many people they have occupied because they know what this palm plantation means. There's no much space, but there's areas, you know, which we have in general. Because people have been joining, doing everything, everywhere, pam, 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 pam. They know that making yams now is only around in ages, dark age, where people doesn't get any more money on it. But this thing produce more money, even till end of your life. Whether you are a cripple somebody, hence you have already planted it, you gain from it till the day you die this world. So that many people have been doing it. No more space as it be. As of now.
I want to put something now in oil in selling palm oil. Palm oil don't have a fixed price. Asan, you may buy a 1 gallon of an oil today 20,000, reaching next tomorrow the amount will rise up to 50,000 or 17,000 or 100,000. So it is like it is like a forest trading. Let me just use the word forest trading. So now this with that pattern, you can be a billionaire because they are. I can remember last year earlier last year when palm oil rise. Many people make a lot of money because we do storage. There's something called storage. Understand? If you produce the palm oil, then you store it in a drum or in a gallon. Understand? You why did you do that? You do that because you know that there's in time to come the price will rise. And I understand. You know that in months or in days to come the price will rise. So that because of your storage, whenever the palm oil rises, what you have to do is just to do what?
Late.
Over. So that is it. That is it.
Okay, so Daddy, I'm going to ask you one last question because we have really done a long interview. We are going to ask you one last question.
Okay.
And the question is this. For someone that wants to go into palm plantation, give us a practical step on how the person can do and achieve this kind of thing you did. Step one, maybe getting land, this. I want you to give us step by step till they get it.
So the first thing that you will do, you must to find, clear and know the area that will make it. You go, if you don't have money, you go for all those that get all these palm trees and get the kernel. You know, when you get the kernel, yes, you get a place where this ordinary plate doesn't be in order. You just buy it through the Akpakara people and spray it. When you spray it, one after the other, small, small. Whenever you have a blue moon, you have already started. When such a thing occurred, what you should do, you find a place. If you don't have any money, there's some black waterproof where they are used to put it. You go to the market, and after people have been, drunk this pure water, pick it. Maybe some people will call a mad person. But
And that one is mainly for nursing it.
Yes.
Because the first process you will do is one to clear the bush
You know that
and to find a fertile land
You know
that if you plant this palm tree it will do well. Now after the clearing, the palm fruit you will do what? You will not plant it by digging the ground, digging the soil. Understand? You just spray it on the ground, leave it in a space of 1 year because palm tree plantation is kind of a plantation that you have endurance, patience. Now between the space of 1 year, the blue moon, you will see the blue moon. Now what will you be doing for that thing not to die? You will cut some of these palm leaves and build something
it.
and shed it, yes, and shed it from some because that that plume don't need excessive of sun rays, but because of that
Shed.
that shed, the plume will be okay. And sometimes in the morning you will come and pour water on it, and in the evening you will come and pour water on it so that it will not lack anything. So that is then after nurturing, reaching like this height, reaching like 2 feet. up, you go and do what? You go and transplant it. Transplanting it first, you dig the ground very big, as in you dig the ground. Now you carry that your, as in those one that you have nursery, understand? You do what? You tear the waterproof, and because of that soil have stayed long, or how you tear the waterproof, the soil will be like a molded block. Then you just carry it and put, and make sure that the taproot is there in it.
Yeah, you remove the
Now,
waterproof because the waterproof.
after that, you find a way to buy something like all this west zinc and all these things, to use it to protect it from all
Because of the
these
animals.
destructive animals. So there are no many steps to produce palm plantation. It's just a plantation that if you do it, just keep on coming,
A lazy person cannot do it.
keep on coming to see how the palm, with the one that is not doing well and the one that is doing well.
Is there any
Understand?
particular fertilizer you put inside it?
In our own, we don't do any fertilizer, but we use compost. You know, we have compost manure, like all this goats, dog, all this. So we use it to do what? To nursery the palm fruit, so that after the space of 1 year, you then plant it, and it need no other chemical. Understand? What you have to be doing is to be clearing it, to be pruning it. Understand? And secondly, there's one thing I want to add in this interview now. The first fruit that new transplanted palm tree will produce, you will not cut it.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
You will not cut it because that is how it was being done
Okay, I will clarify.
in this our community. Then if you leave it, next year, next other one that it will produce, you do what? You will cut it, you will prune the palm leaf, so that it will produce and yield up to 12 hairs at the same time, like this one now you're seeing here. This one, this one produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one just is a local one. But there are some tenera that we bought. I can remember that year. Even it used to yield up to 12, 14 hairs.
12, 14?
Yes, I'm very, very
So
sure.
my own,
I'm very, very
this is
sure
local.
of what
This is
I'm
how
saying.
you to treat
Let's
it.
just keep moving.
Okay, can you show us like the tenera one, the one that you said that can get up to 12?
We have already cut it.
Okay,
It
they have
don't
already
wrap,
cut it.
Yes.
Okay,
It don't wrap.
okay.
So there's one thing that you should understand.
Uh,
This our land is a clear soil.
okay.
The sandy soil mostly lacking the potassium in. Like if you go to other areas, the sandy soil, it makes this into lack potassium. Like we don't use fertilizer both in yam and everything. God bless our land. Like all these things, as my son said, because of when they rain, like if those people, those ones that have pepper, have to cover this thing. June, 1st June, you start planting it.
Okay, 1st June is when you start planting.
Yes.
Because the palm, you start it 1st June. That time there is the
First week of
rainy
June.
season, because the prumu don't need excessive sun. It needs rain to fall,
Yes.
so that it will germinate
Immediately. Because
So-
of the cover of that waterproof. If they to say that the waterproof is too big, you can plant till ending of September. No one can die on it.
Okay.
But if the local one, and maybe you operate it and go and plant, maybe in August it will die.
Yes, because of that's
The-
drying season.
Dry season.
We do plant palm tree during rainy season.
during the rainy
That
season.
is the time that
Whenever
we
it
do.
is-
Wait, when you say this planting, is it when you do the nursery or when you transplant it to the
when
ground?
you transplanting, even the nursery.
After the nursery,
After the
you
nursery,
have been making it with the waterproof. If you want to plant it, you just take it at that waterproof told you, and go and plant it. After the nursery,
Nursery.
and from the transfer, you grow like this, about 1.5
feet
foot
up
or 2
2
feet. You start planting it.
Okay.
Start planting it. So it
Okay.
will make well. God bless work. No, nothing like a fertilizer. It is ages. We don't, all those things. It's God that bless all these things, no fertilizer. But during the time you are late on it, you have to do animals waste. Like as my son, compost manure. Like there's one, if you can reach there, there's one I planted 2nd November, and they call that palm tree November 2nd. It's there. 2nd November, I use compost manure. Some people who used to come and work, he say, look at Christopher, he's planting palm tree on November 2nd. It make worse. After 4 years, I start, cutting it. It's there, but there. So that is that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. As you can see, we have learned a lot about running a palm plantation, going into palm plantation. And I will still advise everyone, if you are looking for something, a long-term investment, think of palm plantation. Yes. It requires less capital than doing real estate. It requires less capital. And this is something that once it grows, it grows. You will not be coming to, you don't have to start new year, plant new one, till the ground. It's not like yam, it's not like cassava. Yes. It is totally different. Once you do it, you have done the expenses for everything. So if you are looking for something to do, for those that are my DM asking me, should we do palm plantation or should we do palm oil mill? Do you know that without a palm plantation, the palm oil mill cannot function?
That is true.
And even if you say you don't want to even touch knife for once yes. your palm grow, you can lease it out. Yes. You can tell people, how much will you pay me? Give me, let's say, for example, 500,000. Go and cut it for the year. This is that person that will now go and take care of the whole farm for you. Next year, another one will grow again, like rent. But if you want to come by yourself, you even make more money.
If you plant palm plantation, the only thing that remains for you is to cut grasses. Don't allow grass. But if you plant yam, there are sometimes when rain fall, the breeze will say go and the other one don't fall. If you don't, the other one the rope you don't fall. You go to do as if na mechanic way they do for yams. It is not like palm tree just like that. Whenever you just planted it, you have. In fact, only thing that you getting money as if God has, throw away money from heaven till the end of your life, till all your children.
All right. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, sir. Chief.